Welcome to Moving Forward, sponsored by MPW Mocklink TV and Mocklink Internet, online at mpw.org. Each weekday morning, our local talk segment brings you the people who are helping move our community forward. Let's start the show.
Good morning, AM 860 FM 95.1 KWPC. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us this morning for Moving Forward. As always, brought to you by Mocklink Internet. It's always Muscatine's fastest internet, and gigabit speed is coming. Mocklink TV beats satellite and includes video and music streaming. New subscribers save big, even more when you bundle. Learn more at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. This is Moving Forward. I'm joined in the studio this morning by Sam. How do you pronounce your last name? Koester?
Yeah.
Koester. Sam Koester. Well, it's a real pleasure to have you in, Sam.
Thank you very much.
And we're excited to have you in. Now, you play in bands. I want to ask that first. What kind of music?
I'm in two different bands right now. One of the bands called Heavyweight, more of like a metalish rock band, and then the other band is called Still Standing, and we're a hardcore band.
Excellent. So you're exactly what KWPC listeners are normally listening to.
Oh yeah, totally. Right up that alley.
Absolutely. Well, I love that kind of music, and it's I like to dabble my hands in everything. So I've got taste for music of all sorts, but I really enjoy a little bit of metal from time to time too.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I said I'm all across the board too
Absolutely.
as well. So.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited to have you in, Sam. So let's talk about your event that you've got coming up. Now, what's your role in the event? I'm
actually organizer. The whole thing started it was kind of like a brainchild of mine about 4 years ago. This will be my fourth year doing it.
Okay.
And basically, it started out as me just wanting to do. I mean, I've been booking shows for about 20 years now, and I've toured and everything like that. Did most of my younger life before responsibilities took over everything else in my life. And I just always never stopped doing shows. I never stopped doing bands, and even when kids and full-time jobs and stuff like that started coming in. And about 4 years ago, I had this idea. I wanted to do a show, and I wanted to do it for a good cause, and I wanted to get all my friends involved, and that's kind of how River City Throwdown came about.
Awesome. What is the cause that it goes towards?
What we do every year, it goes to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter.
Okay, excellent. And that's let's see, who's got there? Dana Yarrington, is that the right name? Dana? Yeah, Dana. I've had Dana in a couple times to talk, and they're a great group. They do a lot of really good work, and it's an important cause, especially since there's some that are closing across Iowa.
That is true. Yeah.
So it's a really cool thing that you guys are helping us raise some money for this. So what's this look like? Let's talk about the actual event itself. So what are we looking at? Where's the setting? What time? That kind of stuff.
Every year I do it. It's just the same place at the Pearl City Station, red brick building for most people who live here in Muscatine. There's no by that name. And we run it from noon to midnight. This year will be September 29th.
Okay.
Like I said, noon to midnight, 12 hours. I do 20 bands, and I do 2 stages. So basically, we set up a stage on each side of the building. One band plays for 30 minutes, and while that band's playing, another band sets up. And when that band finishes, the next band starts, and we just go back and forth.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of a nonstop thing.
Excellent. And there is a huge list of bands, folks. He brought in a flyer for us to see, and I'll hold it up here. I know I've got this camera. I'm going to put it on his camera, Alex. So we've got, if you can't tell just how big of a list of folks that is playing, that's going to be a really cool show. There is a lot going on. You're actually in 2 of the bands that you said, yeah. So that's really exciting. Now, what time do you guys play?
I'd have to. I did the lineup thing. And I can't remember. I think one of my bands plays at 8:30, and I think the other one plays at 10.
Excellent.
So
excellent. So you get a little early start, and then you get here in a little bit later.
Usually, just one of those things where it's like I kind of sit around and make sure everything going okay,
right?
And then all of a sudden I can relax, and then I can go play my sets. And
that's awesome. And what do you play?
I play drums.
You play the drums,
yeah.
Just like our GM up there, Jamie. I bet.
Oh no, me and Jamie are drum buddies.
That's awesome. Yeah, Jamie really likes it. He's come down. I've only ever seen him come down here and light up our drum set.
The kit one time or so, yeah.
Yeah, but it's always a pleasure. And I got to go see him play when they were doing Second Saturday. He played down there Second Saturday. So this sounds like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So walk us through some of the reasonings behind it. What's your connection to domestic violence shelter? Is there?
My connection with it is I have a dear friend, Karma Truitt. She's worked there for a very long time.
Okay. And
I've known her since middle school, and we kind of grew up together and everything. And then when I decided to do it, for the domestic violence shelter. Like I said, it's just I wanted to do a show like this, and I wanted to do it for something that was near and dear, close to me. I grew up in a house that I witnessed domestic violence and everything. I have a lot of friends who've also sadly have witnessed that as well. And actually, a lot of the bands because all these bands are donating their time.
Wow.
And so a lot of the bands, like they've actually reached out to me, and they've had, they grew up with it, or they have songs that are about it, or something like that. So once I started doing this, and like I said, every year it always goes to the domestic violence shelter, and they've always reached out to me, and they're like, oh, we would like to do it because it's important to us, and we've lived with this, and blah blah blah. And so it was always kind of been like, once I had the idea to do it, like it was just a no-brainer to me. Mm-hmm. And so, and when I first did it, I did the first one, I really wasn't planning on doing it every year. I was just going to do it once and okay.
One big one, gotcha.
One big one, over and done with, and then that's fine. But like, I just had so much fun doing it because this is the first time I've done a show this big for a long time. I used to do it like back in like high school and stuff like that, and then like in my 20s I'd book like fests, and then this is the first time I've done it in so long, and then like I just had fun doing it, and so it just kind of snowballed, and then just kind of came to what it is now.
So what does booking look like for a big show like this? Like you said, a lot of them reach out to you, but I'm sure you're calling folks too.
Like I said, the first year I did it, it was like I just really pulled people, and I was like, oh, okay, I said I was going to do it one time. I was get my friend. In any case, it was a way for me to hang out with my friends for like 12 hours,
right?
And then just like give a bunch of money to the shelter, or attempt to give a bunch of money to the shelter,
right?
And because I said I really didn't know how I was going to go. But then, and then once I started, like, okay, I want to keep doing this. I was reaching out to bigger bands. I was trying to reach out further outside of Iowa and Illinois and everything. And so it's usually like some years I start like as soon as the event ends, I'll start working on next year's like the next day.
While the bands are out the door, hey, so you want to come next year?
Well, it was like last year I booked a band called Rig Time, and they were from Wisconsin. So last year's show was in October, and I booked them in like November. So it was like a month after that the event ended.
Well, it's so fresh in their mind. They'll think about
how you know what? And usually when you book that far out, you run the risk of like, oh, you know what? Something came up, or we can't do the show. Nope, they showed up and played, and and everyone kind of stayed on track. So
that's awesome. That's really cool. Now, any food or drink or anything like that?
We will have vendors down there. Usually, I've had Grillzilla down there.
Okay.
He's been down there the last 3 years I've been doing it. Burrito Factory will be down there.
Oh, cool.
And anyone who knows me, I'm a huge supporter of Burrito Factory, and Burrito Factory even knows that.
We just had them in just the other day.
They're fantastic people. Yeah. And also this year, Yaki Shack's gonna be down there.
Excellent.
Doing with their gigantic egg rolls.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So basically, you come down there, $10 to get in, and that's all day long. You'll get a bracelet. You can be in there all day long. You can come and go as you please. Kids under 10 get in free. So if you want to bring the kids down, there's a playground right next door to the Red Brick building, so you can kind of be in and out of there as well. And then we're selling soda and pop down there. I mean, soda and water and everything as well. So unless you have to leave to go meet someone or you have a plan or something like that, you can always come back as well.
Awesome. Oh, so do you think you have like a stamp at the
door?
Yeah,
you'll get a bracelet as soon as you buy.
Oh, bracelet. You said, I heard.
Yeah, as soon as you put the bracelet on, yep. You come and go as you please.
Awesome. That's really exciting. This sounds like it's going to be a good time. So it's September 29th. Folks, you can go down there, and it's going to be from noon until midnight. That's a long day. Whole 12 hours of play. And so how long does one band stay on stage? When
I cut up the set times and everything, I give them about half an hour.
About half an hour.
My headliner this year, which is William Elliott Whitmore, he's going to have about an hour.
Okay.
And he'll be playing last, so he'll be playing from about 11 to midnight. And he's my headliner this year.
Gotcha. So he's like the big show.
He's the big draw this year.
Gotcha. Cool. Awesome. I'm pretty excited about this. Now it's the 29th. I have to think. I know my grandparents are celebrating their anniversary that day, which reminds me, yesterday was their anniversary. I don't remember what year it was, but happy anniversary to my grandma and grandpa.
And happy anniversary to your grandma and grandpa.
Incredible folks. I'm sorry. I needed to do that because I totally forgot to do it yesterday. But what an incredible thing, and what a great way to give money to the domestic violence shelter, because they are an incredible group, and it takes a lot to run that place.
It does. And the thing is, and a lot of people, and I've said this, over the years, a lot of people don't realize that places like the domestic violence shelter run strictly on grants and donations and like that. A lot of people have this misconception that places like this are just funded through the city and stuff. It's just something that just goes, and it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It comes through donations, and it comes through, grants that they have to apply for, and it's. Like I said, unfortunately, there's places around the state and the country that they can't stay open, and, and these are very essential places.
They really are, because when I talked to Dana last, we went over stuff like, not only are they just giving them a safe place to be, they're also helping them secure their financial or their records of any kind, maybe Social Security or it's birth certificates or stuff like that, helping them secure that, helping them get to the hospital, get the kids, get them placed in new jobs if they have to go that far. And as soon as I start thinking about it, my heart starts to sink, because you think about the fact that somebody's got to run from a situation like that. It's crazy it's just crazy.
And it's
imagine.
like, actually, it's like, I mean, fortunately, I was never in a situation where I had to, be in a situation where we had to, like you said, like you had to run or something like that. We're in a situation we did leave my mom and my brother. We left our situation in the middle of the night type situation, but we had like a place to go and stuff like that.
Right.
But we were lucky that way. And everyone's not always going to have that situation that we had. And so that's why I really enjoy doing this and helping out and whatnot, because like I said, it's like places like this are closing, and it's unfortunate for people who do need it.
Absolutely. And what an incredible cause. And this sounds like it's going to be a great night. Lots of bands are going to be playing. Is there any way people can go check it out? Is there a Facebook page?
There's a Facebook event page up there. It has had the lineup times for everyone to be there. It's got everyone listed for vendors and stuff like that. And I will say that because of your very, very nice radio station, I was gifted tickets to raffle off for the Primus show.
Cool.
That's going to be in Davenport on October 3rd.
Awesome.
So we will be raffling off 4 pairs.
Cool.
Of Primus tickets there. So if anyone wants to come down, even if you don't want to stay for the show, you just want to come down and put your name in right at the door. People can come in, buy raffle tickets for $1, buy as many as you want, and then I'll be drawing names, or numbers, we should say. I'll be drawing the tickets right before Will Whitmore's set that night.
Great. Excellent. Well, I'm hoping for good weather for that, because I think, what is it? Today it's already 71, which is actually really down from yesterday.
Yeah. I know it's kind of jumping the shark a little bit, but I kind of looked forward to and right now it's saying like there's a high like in the mid 60s.
Perfect.
Which is fine. Last year was a tsunami.
Yeah.
Oh, it came through, and it was really. I mean, we still made a good crowd, and people turned up and everything. A lot of people turned up for the cause and everything. But it was like half the show was like just a tidal wave.
Yeah.
And then year before that was fine. The first year I did it, I actually did it in November. And good weather. It was like, they said like 50, something like that. And then the week after that was a huge snowstorm. So I just missed it. And so, yeah, I'm hoping for good weather, and I think we'll be okay.
Excellent. This, again, I think I've said it 3 times already. This sounds like a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
It really is.
I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get down there.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it gets to a point where it's like I even forget it's like it's my show that I'm putting on, because everything just runs so well, and all the majority of the bands I'm all friends with, and so it's like they've all been doing shows as well, so they kind of just know how it works, so they kind of just like know where to be, and
they show up,
they know the routine, so it's like in the first like 3 or 4 hours of me doing it, I'm like very kind of like hectic, making sure people, and then at that point I just forget that.
Just sit down and enjoy yourself.
Then I'm having to run stuff, and that's go. Oh, okay, whatever.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. We hope you have a huge turnout. Get those tickets given away, because I'm sure a lot of folks are pretty excited about those Primus tickets.
I know.
Am I saying that right? Primus.
Yeah.
Primus. Like, I don't know what in the world I was thinking. Primus. I think Prius was the word that was running through my head. But which reminds me, I do have a picture, and I may or may not be able to share it. Check out on my Facebook. I have a picture of me standing next to a Prius, and it is not a pretty sight. It's
next to it, or were you in it?
I couldn't get in.
Couldn't get into it?
I can't get in it.
That'd be look like a Shriner.
Yeah, it's I like to say I've got I could wear one of those on each foot, and that'd be about right for getting down the road. But
I need to see this picture.
So I'll try and find it and get that pulled up. I saw one yesterday. I just couldn't believe how tiny the car was. But this has been a lot of fun. Thanks so much for joining us this morning,
Thanks for having me,
Sam.
man.
Again, Again, Sam Koester joining us this morning. I said that right? Sam Koester joining us this morning to talk about River City Throwdown. It's going to be happening at the Red Brick Building down on right by Riverside Park there, too.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's right there on the Mississippi. It's right across from the new hotel.
Yep, absolutely. So, folks, you can get down there. Be sure to plan for September 29th being down there, the Red Brick Building down on by Riverside Park from noon until midnight, or whatever part of the day you want to be there. $10 to get in. Kids under 10 get in free at the Pearl City Station. All proceeds are going to the Muscatine Domestic Violence Shelter. This is going to be a lot of fun. Yep. Well, thanks so much, Sam. Real pleasure having you in.
Thank you very much, man.
This has been Moving Forward, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. I've lost my sheet for my liner here for them, but Mocklink Internet and TV are the best value in entertainment and connectivity, and getting better with world-class fiber. Subscribe now, and you'll get fiber when it comes to your neighborhood. Learn more at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us this morning for Moving Forward. As always, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Be sure to join us next week for more Moving Forward, 8:15 next Monday here on thevoiceofmuscatine.com.
This has been Moving Forward on KW.